Hi, my name's Emily, and today I'm going to be talking to you about books I've read during 2016. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have all of the books that I've read during 2016, because I didn't mark them down, but actually I have started marking them down ever since September, and there's not a lot, but from September at least, because I get so busy during the school year. So, from what I can remember, the first book I read this year was early in January. It was the Fifth Wave book. I thought it was very good. The reason I remember I read this because my friend's birthday is the 25th of January. We went to go see the movie right around then because she read it too. I really liked the book, but I never went on to read the rest of the series. I just never felt the need to. I mean, I was told what was happened, and I don't know. It wasn't something I wanted to continue, and I guess I just never thought to continue. So next, God, I don't even know what one's next. I don't remember what I read in the beginning of the year, but I know what I read during the summer. So this book, The Giver, I read during the summer, and I distinctly remember doing that because I read it in one day outside on the hammock. I really liked it. I didn't know it was actually a book. I had watched the movie 2 times before I found out it was a book, and I really like it. It was a quick read, and it was easy to breeze through, so I recommend it. Oh, I forgot to mention that during the summer, I had to read a book called A Separate Piece for Honors English, and then later in the year for Honors English, we had to read the book Fahrenheit 451, so I forgot to put those in here, but here they are. So I actually found a book that I read before the summer. I read this book around April or March. This is Treasure Island by Jules Verne. I had a really tough time getting through this just because of the way it was written, but I actually really liked this story. Was really good. It's, as you can tell, the book's been through a lot. I picked it up, I think it was a yard sale is where I picked it up, but I definitely really liked the book. It was definitely a classic. I recommend it if you're into reading the older books. I'm trying to just catch up on old stories. That way, when someone brings something up, I can be like, I actually know what that's about. So, yeah, I read this around March, I think. So the next book, I had watched the movies a billion times, and I loved them. And then my sister, she was like, they're books. I'm like, what? No, the way. No, the way. No way. And they were her favorite books, and I love them. I only read one book of it so far, but there's a whole series. It's back there behind me somewhere. But this is Anne of Green Gables. I've been told that my dad thinks that I'm like Anne. If you've read this book, I just want to talk about it with someone because there's no one I can really talk about it. There's no Anne of Green Gables fandom or anything. I absolutely adored this book, Little Anne. I highly recommend it. I think, okay, I'll just tell you what it's. Basically, Anne of Green Gables is about a girl named Anne who's an orphan who gets adopted, and it's her growing up with them, and she's kind of like sassy-ish in a way and has a bit of an attitude. She doesn't know how to act around people because she hasn't had the proper uprising or upgrowing, whatever the heck, hasn't had a normal childhood. And it's definitely really sweet. There's a bit of a romance in it. There's a hardcore ship that I have. So I highly recommend this, and it's super cute. Books I read were in the Hogwarts Library box set. It was Quidditch Throughout the Ages, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and The Tales of Beedle the Bard. And I loved all 3, except I gotta say Quidditch Throughout the Ages was a little rough for me. It was just like, eh. But I definitely love the other 2. And I finally watched Fantastic Beasts, and I love it so much. And okay, I'm gonna move on. Anyway, these were quick, nice reads, and I'm not going to read the screenplay of Cursed Child. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. I don't want to. I have no desire to read it. Sorry, but yeah. Next book, I love so much. Shout out to Pierre Ford for making me read it. Well, not making me read it, but in her video, she talked about it all the time. And this is Nevernight. Probably one of the best books you're ever gonna read. So basically, just check out the cover first of all. And okay, so it's by Jay Kristoff, and I gotta say this is probably one of my favorite reads this year, like almost by a long shot. And Oh, it's so good. I think I'm gonna make my own video talking about this. Definitely, did I already say this? Definitely one of my favorite reads. But I think I read this. I got my nails done, so I've been doing this. It feels great. 2 months ago, I think, and my friend still hasn't read it, even though I've been pushing her to read it, and she still hasn't read it. So I have no one to talk about it to, except people online, but it's just not the same, because you can't hear my screams and grunts of excitement. But please read this book. It has a lot of different genres in it, I will tell you that. It just goes all over the place, which is awesome. Alright. So the next book I read was Six of Crows. Here it is. I really like this book. There was a lot of ships in it. The characters that you meet, you fall in love with in different ways. Like I said, there's a lot of ships in it, so I think there's like three different sets of shipping going on for me. It was definitely a good read, and just check out how cool this is, like black, and then the maps in this book. Oh, Nevernight has a wicked cool map too. So I brought out the sequel, which is Crooked Kingdom, which I started, but then stopped, and I feel bad that I stopped. Like, I feel really bad that I stopped reading it. But it wasn't because it was boring or anything. As I was saying, it wasn't boring or anything. I just couldn't get into it for some reason because I took a long time between the books. I think I read a book in between them, but I don't remember if it was between or I just chose to read a different book when I stopped this one. So I'm gonna pick this book up soon and finish them. I hope. But yeah, Six of Crows was pretty good. Alright, so the next book that I read was A Monster Calls. Oh, I need to get closer to the camera. Was A Monster Calls. It was such a cute book. I love the illustrations in this, and I didn't realize that the book had came out so long ago. I think the reason why they pushed it more is because the movie just came out, which I still haven't seen, but hope to see. I don't even know if it's in theaters yet or not. Probably is. It was definitely really good. Even John Green says it's insanely. Says that Patrick Ness is an insanely beautiful writer, which is true. I loved how this book was written. Like I said, I really love the illustrations in this. Just look at this. I really adored this book. It was a quick read. It took me a day. So the last book that I read, which was actually technically a reread because I read it either last year. No, I read it in 8th grade the first time I read it. Was 13 Reasons Why. I had left my book that I was reading and still am reading now, which is taking me forever to read. Why, I don't know. Just me probably being busy or not, or just being in a slump. Anyway, I didn't have my book that I'm reading, and I had this one, and so I just took it with me on a car trip that I went, which was like an hour there, an hour back. So I read there and back, finished it in the day. I really forgot how much I liked this book and how sad it was. Highly recommend it if you haven't read it. By Jay Asher, so you should check it out. So those were the books that I've read this year, and hopefully by the time this year actually ends, which is tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't have that much left. Three Dark Crowns. Oh my gosh. I don't have that much left. I'm like that much. So hopefully I will finish this by tomorrow, which would be great, because then I can count these up and total it, whatever. So thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want more from me, comment below. I have I have 3 things of Instagrams, which is kind of scary, which I shouldn't have 3. But the one that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and you saw in the picture on the chalkboard right here, is my book account, which is at lets.readbooks. I'm just trying to promote myself, which is pretty stupid. And then my other 2 one is my personal, and the other is my art, which I should probably delete. I never post on there anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share it, like it, and let me know if you want more. Bye!